All right, everybody, on this week's Move It Monday, we thought we'd check in on how those healthy New Year's resolutions are going. Yeah, still going strong? Are you sticking to that new exercise plan? This is about that time in the year where things start to waver. So if your goal is to move a little more, maybe run a little more in 2025, joining a running club could be the trick to keeping you accountable.
Yeah, so the Run Club at Life Time Beaverton could be just what you need. And we are lucky enough this morning to have Run Club coach Seth Buckwalter in this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me again.
Appreciate the time. Yeah, it's great to see you.
How are
Happy
your
New
New
Year.
Year's resolutions
Yes.
doing?
You know, I just don't make them.
Okay, we're in the same boat. Like,
set the
can't
bar-
fail if you don't start.
Set the bar real low, right? And then everything you do is a positive.
It's the Homer Simpson mentality.
I think there's a good learning lesson in that, is that, you know, New Year's resolutions, they're these big lofty goals, and if you don't go about making them in the right way, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Exactly, especially when it comes to running. I know a lot of people have running as their New Year's resolution. Setting a reasonable, attainable goal is very important. Saying I want to run a full marathon in 3 months from right now is tough, even for me.
Yeah.
That's too far for me to run. But, you know, setting up, let's say I'm going to run 20 minutes today. Next week I'll run 25 minutes. Getting to a point where you're just running for time, and it's like, hey, I'm going to run a 5K next week. And then you run a 5K again, run a 5K again, get your time down. Those little attainable goals are what really help you reach those ultimate goals of running farther and faster.
That's an interesting point on the running front, because I'm a very, very average runner. And I'll run probably 1 to 2 times a week. And that was kind of my beginning, where I didn't know, I don't keep track of my pace. I was like, I just want to make sure I get out there. So I didn't really go for distance. I was just like, I just want to run for X amount of time. And so that's not a bad way to get started.
That's the best way to go. You know, don't have a watch. Just like, I'm going to go for 20 minutes, next week 25 minutes. Also, you know, for those average runners, which I definitely consider myself doing run clubs. Huge, especially in Portland. We have a tremendous run club community. Lifetime Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. You know, there's Dead Stock Run Club, there's On Run Club, there's Go the Distance, there's Front Runners. There's so many opportunities every day of the week for people to get out there and have fun. There's no pressure. They're not race clubs by any means. There are race clubs. Roche Track Club is one of them. A lot of fun, but you know, when you're trying to get out there, be social, it gives you that motivation. There's always a run club at certain times. If you're not motivated, if you're like, oh, maybe not today, but you know that group's going to be there, it's super important, and you just kind of get up and go.
Sure. I mean, I'm as a group fitness instructor, that's, you know, my side hustle when I'm not out here. Like, I fully believe in the power of working out with other people as a way to get a better workout. Beyond just someone keeping you accountable to whether or not you show up for class or show up for that run, are there some other benefits in working out with a group that you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, say, for example, Lifetime, we have a tremendous amount of classes. We have such great trainers. Everyone's super smart. They know exactly what people need. They listen to folks. Taking cross-training classes, making sure that you're getting stronger, not just running. It's super important to build those running muscles to make sure you're not getting injured. So when you're taking classes, if you're taking a strength training class or conditioning class, it all adds up to make you a better runner. When you go out there, you know, you've been running for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go run in Forest Park for an hour. You feel stronger, you feel better, your conditioning's there.
And if you're with a club, you're having more fun talking to people.
Exactly.
You're not going to stick with it if you hate the activity you're doing.
Exactly. And it goes back to that
social
social aspect. You know, the Lifetime Club is super fun. There's the cafe, there's the Kids Academy, which my daughter is in love with.
Oh, cool.
All of her friends go there. She loves going to Kids Academy. So being able to drop the kids off, have your time, be social with the parents that are from daycare and from the gym, you know, have a smoothie, take a nice shower, quiet shower.
It's right, a shower with no one trying to join you.
Exactly.
So I do love the idea, to your point, of like running with a friend. You know, every once in a while I'll do that. I was out in Colorado for the holidays and running with a buddy out there, and I mean, he's a way better runner. So while he's talking, I'm just like, but I mean, all of a sudden,
tell me more about that.
Yeah, totally. But then you can get into the flow of a conversation, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I did 4 miles. You know, it's really cool.
That zone 2 training, when you can talk and still train, is so beneficial for you. You know, you run slow to run fast is what we say. If you can run an hour talking to someone, think about how good you're going to be when you run your 5K. And when you're not talking to anyone, you're racing and having a good time. You're going to surprise yourself.
Good motivation to get back out there. We got a nice sunny Monday to start the week off. Why not go for a run? Seth, we appreciate the time. Thanks for being here. If you want to check out a run club, if you want to see what Lifetime is offering, find more at